Adequate notice having been provided by the posting of notices with the Township Clerk, South Jersey Times, and all board members having been notified, a regular meeting is being held virtually due to COVID-19. And for directions, go to our website, www.logantownshipschools.org. As governed by the Board Policy 0167, which states the presiding officer may waive rules when necessary to maintain an orderly operation of the board meeting. And since this is a remote board meeting, the board president has decided to have only one public participation, which will be restricted questions posed of any item listed on the agenda. This assures the public an opportunity to have input prior to action being taken. Roll call, Sarah.
Mr. Donnelly?
Here.
Mrs. Kegler?
Here.
Mr. Bowen? Mr. DeForest?
Here.
Mrs. Hill? Oh, sorry. Gotcha. Mrs. Hill?
Here.
Mrs. Lombardo?
Here.
Mrs. Mason?
Here.
Mrs. Reed?
Here.
Mr. Russell? So we're missing Mr. Bowen and Mr. Russell.
All right, thanks, Sarah. All right, the first item on the agenda is a public hearing on the superintendent's contract. Now, Pat's contract had 1 year left to run, and she's graciously offered to stay for another 2 years. So what this contract will do is we'll resend the last year of the contract that's in effect today. We put in a new 3-year contract effective July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2023. And the only language changes in the contract will be that Pat is giving up her health care benefits. They're going to be taken care of by her husband. And the executive county superintendent has reviewed the contract, has approved it, and has recommended 3% salary increases for each of the 3 years of the contract. So those are the only changes, and we'll open it up for the rest of the board to have any comment on this contract or on Pat staying. Hearing none. We can open it up.
Happy to have her.
There you go. Thank you. Is there any public out there? All right, we can open up the meeting to the public for any comment on the superintendent's contract. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the correspondence. Sarah?
Okay. I'm going to start with a resignation email from Mr. DeForest. Good morning, Pat and Frank. I regret to inform you that I will be resigning from the Logan Township Board of Education on June 30th, 2020. As you are aware, my family and I are relocating due to work, and I will no longer be residents of Logan Township at the end of this month. This has been an extremely rewarding experience for me, and it has always been my pleasure to serve on this board as a representative of the community. I will miss each and every one of the administration team and board members that I've worked with over the years, and will fondly remember our times together and be forever proud of all we accomplished. Thank you, Nate DeForest.
Yeah, Nate and I spoke a couple of times on the phone about this. I expressed our regret that he's leaving the board. I expressed that he was a very good board member that had a lot of good input. And the only question I had, Nate, is you're going to be quarantined for 2 weeks after you move there?
Yes, yeah, that's the rules.
Okay.
So we'll definitely be observing the social distancing. And yeah, sorry to see everybody go. I saw your chat there, Kim. But yeah, it's been a extremely rewarding experience for me. I feel like we've accomplished a lot of great things as a district. We are a high functioning board. There's great leadership between both our board president Frank and Patricia. Oh, sorry, I'm just reading the the icons here. Pat, as we all affectionately know her. I don't think we could have been as successful as we are without our diverse makeup. Diversity in both appearance, but then also thought and how we approach all of our tough issues that we work together with. And this has always been one of my most proudest organizations to to boast to other people about how effective we are. You know, between accomplishing getting the contract with our association, the referendum, and bringing in the pre-K schooling. These are all significant, great things for our community and for our students and student achievement. And student achievement, just put that right there, top of the county and really close to top of the state. So this is going to be very sad to leave. I will very most miss everybody that I've had an opportunity to work with. And sorry about getting a little emotional, but yeah.
Yeah, Nate, we appreciate your 6 years. I think it's close to 6 years of service on the board. And I appreciate that you are proud of the work that you've done here, and we will miss you.
Here, here.
Gonna miss you, Nate.
Here, here. Sorry to see you go, Nate.
Definitely.
Really.
Yeah, send us a note, let us know how you're doing and how the family's doing when you get there.
Oh yeah, we'll do, and definitely be kind of watching from a distance to see how everything's going on up here, and wishing everybody well.
All right. Thanks, Nate. And then again, sorry to see you go.
Okay, if it's okay, I'll move on to a letter from the LTEA. Dear Board of Education, Administration, and IT Department, on behalf of the LTEA, we would like to say thank you for all of your support during remote learning. It was a difficult task to take on, and we were able to accomplish many things because of your support. As you know, many of us are not just educators, but parents as well. Your flexibility to allow us to teach in a way that best fit the needs of our students and our families was much appreciated. Thank you for everything. We wish you all a very safe and relaxing summer. Sincerely, the LTEA.
No, I would just like to say that I think what happened over the last several months has been really a good indicator of what a tight family this Logan community education community is. And, it goes back to the superintendent and her leadership in this, but it also, I think the people in the IT department really deserve a lot of credit for keeping the system up and running for the whole 3 months that they were out. And I think also like Sarah and getting the lunch stuff ready and all that, I think the whole team deserves a lot of credit for what went on.
Thank you, Frank, and thank you to the LTA and representing not only the administration, the IT department, but the entire staff. It's a team. It's a team effort, and the Board of Education supports the advancements that we've made in IT. So we were able, and professional development, so we were able to guide our staff through those 3 months.
Okay, moving on.
Yep, the next item in communications, we have a letter from a retiree. Pat and board members, I wanted to thank you again for the beautiful apple with the inscription. It has been my pleasure to work for Logan Township for 31 years. Thank you for all the support you have given me as we work together. Stay well, stay safe, and have a wonderful summer, I'm assuming she's saying there. Cheryl Marino, I believe. Pat, is that right?
Yes, it is. Yep. We gave, obviously the Board of Education, and Lisa purchased it before she went out on her health leave or medical leave, but we gave every one of our retirees the apple with an inscription. So I wanted to make sure the board members knew that our retirees all are grateful. This represents one of the several retirees who sent thank you notes.
Okay, and our final correspondence is from a special ed family. Hello. I'm sorry.
No, that's why I just wanted to let the board know that before I posted this, I did ask the family, the mother of the family, if this could be read publicly, and she said absolutely.
Okay. Hello. I couldn't let this week go by without reaching out and saying thank you to each of you for all you've done to help the family over the years. Moving to Logan Township in 2012 was the best move we could have made. I must admit, I was a little nervous starting a new school system, especially after the experience we had with our previous child study team. For years, I fought for services that I felt my children needed, but honestly, I never knew for sure if they would even help. But at the time, I didn't trust the recommendations from our current team. Therefore, I went into mama bear mode, became my own advocate, and fought for everything I thought might help them. After our first child study team meeting at Logan, we both agreed that we honestly felt like your team was doing what was best for our kids. We didn't feel like a number. We felt like we were heard and our opinion respected. For the first time, it wasn't us against them. We were all in this together. As cliche as that phrase has become recently, it's the best way to sum up our Logan school experience. Thank you so much for all the amazing elementary and middle school experiences from all of the family members. We certainly miss the Logan family. We will certainly miss the Logan family that has helped us mold our children into the amazing young adults that they are becoming.
And this happens to be a family of 8th graders who are moving out of district. So, John, I believe you just came on. John, are you on?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was glad you were on to listen to that honest reflection from a special ed parent. You as well as everyone, but I know that you would be pleased with that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you, Sarah.
Sure, I'm going to go back to the agenda in a minute. Okay.
Okay. Pat?
Okay, the administrator, just slide it down, Sarah, if you don't mind. Administrator's report, we obviously did not have any drills. Enrollment shifted slightly. And is there anything else beyond that, I think? And suspensions. We didn't have any suspensions this month.
Yay.
For May or June, right?
Right, for May or June. Thank you.
And no hit violations.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Except we're missing kids. We're missing kids and staff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully the board had an opportunity to look at the agenda. Is there any good discussion on the agenda? Or Pat, do you want to go over anything on it?
The only thing I would say, I think I explained everything thoroughly in the weekend memo to give you the background information you needed on the agenda items. I would say one thing on the agenda items, Sarah, that you can move down to C6 about summer school. That is, all of our summer schools is going to be done remotely. This is a new aspect that we added on, Christy Jansen added on for those children who fell behind because of being at risk and because of the remote learning. So that we're paying for that through the CARES Act. And Christy asked me to say, and Frank, if you could add on there, not to exceed $2,000. So we budgeted $2,000 in the CARES Act for that program. Okay, and that would be all the changes. And then if you put up the added agenda items, those added agenda items I sent to you last night with an explanation on each of those added agenda items. So if there's any questions on them, feel free to ask us.
Okay, so we open it up to any questions that the board might have on any of the agenda items. All right, is there any public out there?
At this time, I do not see any questions.
Okay. Then let's take a motion on the superintendent's contract, the minutes from the previous meetings, all of the agenda items, and the bill list.
So moved.
And who was that?
Kristen.
Second?
Second, Kelly.
And a roll call vote.
1 second. Sorry, Kristen Lombardo and Kelly Mason. Okay. Roll call. Mr. Donnelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Kegler.
Yes.
Mr. Bowen. Mr. DeForest.
Yes.
Mrs. Hill.
No.
Mrs. Lombardo.
Yes.
Mrs. Mason.
Yes.
Mrs. Reed.
Yes.
Mr. Russell.
Yes.
Lene, was there anything special that you're voting no on, or just the entire agenda?
On the added agenda, I
Okay,
don't know what the number is. I can't see it.
I can go back to it for you.
yeah, because we can just have you vote on that, or vote no on the one you didn't want. If that's okay with you.
P.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lene.
You're
So, Sheriff,
welcome.
you'll correct that?
Okay. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the action items.
Okay.
So
Of
we're
course,
at representatives, right?
yep. The Gloucester County School Board, of course, nothing is going on. Probably won't till October, I guess, September, October. Carolyn, anything for New Jersey School Board?
Well, yes, we're having a virtual delegate assembly. And I believe it's the end, no, it's in July, but I'll let you know what goes there.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Carolyn.
Mhm.
Kristen, anything on home and school?
I don't have anything new from home and school, but I think I saw that Katie Brummett is moving. So we might be having some turnover in home and school. So I'll keep you guys updated on that information.
Okay, thanks. Kingsway, their meeting was supposed to be next week, but they changed it to tonight, so I'm here and not there. So and I
Lucky
looked
you.
at I looked at the agenda, and there's nothing major on the agenda at all. And the discussion items there's very few discussion items that would impact us. Any new business? Okay, any old business?
Frank, I'm not sure which one mine is because I wanted to give some information about the petition for subgroup.
Okay, that would be all business because we've talked about this several times before. So yeah, go ahead, Carolyn.
Okay, so I wanted to make everyone aware of the fact that there's now a petition. It is through change.org. Again, petitioning the state to change the terminology from subgroup to, I've given them another alternative. But I've been telling you all along that in my research, I have found that there are really at least 5 states that do not use the terminology. And so I decided to sort of work with other organizations too, to help with the petition. I'm trying to get 500 signatures. And I spoke with Pat about giving you the link or making the link available. And I'd appreciate it if you just go on and if you are in agreement, sign the petition. But it's the same thing we did with what we were going to do for the delegate assembly.
Okay.
And all the information is there, and most of you are already familiar with it. So I'd appreciate your sign on.
No problem,
It's going
Yeah,
to end by August, and I hope to have it ready to go to the New Jersey Department of Ed at the end of August.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem here, Ken. We've been supportive of this your cause for quite some time now, so
Yes.
I'll be glad to go and sign that.
Okay.
So Carolyn, we just go to change.org.
No, I'm going to send you the link, and the link, yeah, it's on their platform.
Okay, got
I've written it. It's on their platform, and when I send you the link, it'll go directly there. Yes.
Good, thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
Also, under old business, Pat sent you her evaluation. It's different than last year. We're not using the school board's evaluation because of the fact that we've been closed for 2.5 months. So she sent you her evaluation. If you can just read it, make any comments you want on it, and send it back to me, and then I'll do a summative report and get it out to you so you can read it over. And then Pat and I can have a discussion on it. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
we would like to have that finished by June 30th, right?
Yes, yeah, if you can get to me, because it has to be done by June 30th. Sorry. Thank you, Pat.
Yep, that's great. We don't want to get zinged on CUSAC.
No. And any other board discussion on any of the items? All right, so in wrapping up, I hope the next time we meet, things have changed dramatically and we can all treat everybody equally in this country. So can we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Kelly.
And a second.
Second, Kim.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And good night. And I
Thank
hope we get to see
you,
each other
thank
soon.
you, Nate.
Good
Night.
night.
Thanks,
Good night,
Nate.
Nate.
Good night.
See you, Nate.
Night.
Good night.